Hello again, my name's Gabe Zollner. Caught a little bit of Fox News this morning and listened to Rear Admiral John Kirby. He's the Pentagon mouthpiece for the chosen one, Barack Hussein Obama. And he let us know about ISIL. And apparently ISIL is around 5 miles away from taking control of Al-Assad Air Base. Now, at Al-Assad Air Base, we have 300 plus Marines, and their purpose in being there is to train the Iraqi military so they can defend their country and defend themselves. According to what John Kirby reported, the ISIL were able to capture and obtain uniforms of Iraqi soldiers. And they tried to penetrate the base. Many of these individuals dressed as Iraqi military wore suicide vests, and they blew themselves up. We're not aware of any Marines that were injured at this point. The attempt to take control of the base was repelled, but the question is for how long. Now, try to imagine being a Marine at that air base, and you see someone approaching you that's wearing an Iraqi uniform. So one would surmise that that in fact is an Iraqi wearing an Iraqi uniform. And then all of a sudden, he blows himself up. How can you trust anyone? You can't. Which is the fundamental problem that I've said all along. When you can't identify the enemy, how can you fight against them? No different than the chosen one. He's unwilling to identify the enemy. He's unwilling to call the enemy what they are. Islamic extremists. Those are the enemy. You can't fight a war with your arms tied behind your back. You can't fight a war saying that, well, we're going to have them do it. We're just going to provide logistics and equipment. But we're going to have them put their sons and their daughters in the line of fire. Hey, Obama, that doesn't work, nor will it work. What has to happen, and it won't happen as long as he's in power, is that the full force of the United States military has to be applied to that part of the world. We have to have an air campaign, not a bombing here and there to take out a single truck, and we have no idea whose truck that is, whether it's the good guys or the bad guys. No different than the Marines have no idea who they're fighting, whether they're the good guys or the bad guys. This whole thing is totally insane. And all it will result in is more casualties of Americans, needlessly. We have to have shock and awe. Without shock and awe, we're not going to win anything. And you're not going to have shock and awe as long as you have the chosen one, who I believe is an Islamic extremist, Muslim, Arab himself. What's it going to take for America to wake up? What's it going to take for the families that have their sons and daughters at Al-Assad Air Base to demand that they're adequately protected? And they can't be as long as we have the clown at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. You sort of know what I think. What do you think?